Now we're
now we're sharing sound.
now it's
Sharing sound.
Oh, I'm done. How are you? Good.
okay. Hi everyone, and hi everyone on Zoom. Thank you for coming to the Crick Innovation Challenge info session. I'm Laabiah, I'm one of the organizers, and I'm going to give a brief overview of the event. We're going to have time for some Q&A, and then please stay for the social afterwards. We have stickers for your name and also challenge area preferences, so you can already start meeting people and discussing what you're interested in. So the Crick Innovation Challenge is a science hackathon running this summer from July 22nd to 29th. Before I go into more detail about the event, I just want to introduce you to the organizing team, which are people from the Crick Translation team and also Crick Science Entrepreneur Network, especially this core team of people who are making this event happen. So that's Emma, Hoy, Barry, Kieran, and Dua, and they're all but most of them are in the room. So if you have any questions, you can also speak to them afterwards. So one of the main motivations behind this event is, as researchers, we obviously focus on very specific problems, which is great because that's how science happens. But also, we don't really have opportunities to apply our skills to problems outside, or even think about problems outside. And Hoy and I were in the tissue culture one evening, and we're just talking about that excitement of just brainstorming ideas outside, like broader scientific problems, because of course we're interested in science in general as well. And so we started discussing with other grad students, and we found that they also felt the same. And so we wanted to bring an event for scientists like yourselves that would inspire you to use your technical and problem-solving skills both within, but also outside your direct field of work. Another motivation is to connect scientists to peer and professional networks. So we all understand how important scientific collaboration across disciplines is for innovation. And meeting somebody at a networking event is great. But I think but if you have the opportunity to work with individuals from different expertise and technical backgrounds and work on a scientific problem, hopefully you'll create a stronger network that you can continue to develop your idea with, or even have for like a future, come back to, basically a network that you could come back to in the future as well. The Crick Innovation Challenge will provide a space for blue skies thinking with real-time feedback and challenge area and feedback from challenge area experts, founders and investors. And overall, it provides a platform to start learning about entrepreneurship through workshops on idea generation, how to pitch, and panel sessions from experts in the field, both founders and investors. So the challenge areas this year, I don't know how to, my Slack is going, sorry. The challenge area this year was, so the challenge areas this year were chosen by our core team to cover broader global problems that we thought were interesting and that could be addressed by basic science researchers. So the first challenge area is biotech outside medicine. So the Crick is a biomedical institute, but the same technical skills that we have gained and we use every single day can be applied to outside on higher priority problems such as planetary health. So this challenge area really focuses on addressing issues such as climate change and sustainability in industries such as meat production and agriculture, and really thinking about ways that we can apply these industries can be revolutionized by the application of biotechnology. The second challenge area is healthy aging. So here we'll focus on solutions to improve quality of life in an aging population. WHO estimates that in like around 8 years, 1 in 6 people will be above 60. So it's an imminent problem. And solutions would focus on diagnostics, therapeutics, or social care tools to manage age-related conditions and diseases. The third challenge area is one that I think we don't often address. So as scientists, we know the problems that can affect, that we face basically every single day in the lab. I mean, we love to complain about the problems that we face in the lab every single day. And so therefore, we should also have the opportunity to develop solutions for those problems. So this challenge area focuses on improving laboratory workflows end to end. So this is for developing tools that can help with experimental design, literature search, literature management, better platforms for research collaboration, and specifically, better platforms for research dissemination and communication. And the last challenge area is data-driven health. This will focus on innovations along the patient care pathway, so including screening, prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and monitoring. So as a participant, you will need to work in your teams along with discussions with mentors to ideate solutions within one of these challenge areas. So if this all sounds great and something that you would like to be a part of, the first step is to apply. So feel free to scan the QR code. I don't know if you can zoom in with your phone. And this will take you to the website and also the application form. And even if you want to start looking at through the form to see if you have any questions, and then you can ask them at the end as well. So the challenge, the innovation challenge, is open to early career scientists. This includes masters, PhD, postdoc, scientific staff. If you believe in your heart that you're a scientist, you can make your case and apply. It's only open to UK-based individuals because there are 2 mandatory in-person attendance days. So the 22nd, the beginning of the challenge, 22nd of July, and the 29th. And the application form, it doesn't take too long to complete, but some of the things that we ask for is ranking of the challenge areas. So if you're a successful applicant, you'll get your first, but at least your second choice of challenge area. And then there are some short answer questions as well. So one is why do you want to attend? What is your motivation to attend? Another is how your technical skills and domain help you put you in a strong position to develop ideas. And the third is more of a fun question in terms of if you had 3 million in funding, what emerging technology would you apply to? And this will help us select really strong applicants for this challenge. And so the applications are, it's been open for a month now, and they're being reviewed on a rolling basis until June 17th. So that's next Friday. And successful applicants will be notified of their challenge area and their section by early July. So once you are a part of the Innovation Challenge, step number 2 is, to attend the first day and to form a team. So the first day of the Innovation Challenge will happen here at the Francis Crick Institute on July 22nd. And it will all be about networking within your challenge areas and choosing the right problem to solve. And also there'll be plenty of opportunity to meet with the cohort of people within your challenge area and discuss and align common interests. So we've partnered with Entrepreneur First to deliver a session on idea generation that will also take place on the first day. And you'll have the opportunity to participate in a panel discussion on route from researcher to founder, which will include a panel of early career and experienced researchers who have made that jump into entrepreneurship. Step number three. So then you'll have the weekend to basically finalize your team. And from Monday, July 25th to the Thursday, July 28th, you will start working on your idea. So this time is flexible in terms of you work independently within your team and have discussions with your expert business and expert technical mentors. And they will help you to shape your idea further. Throughout the week, there will also be virtual sessions and some hybrid sessions as well, but the entire week it can be done virtually. So we have a session also by Entrepreneur First on how to pitch, and we have a virtual investor panel discussion. So the week will culminate on July 29th for an in-person demo day at the Francis Crick Institute. You'll have the incredible opportunity to present your plan to a team of, with your team, to a panel of investors, challenge area founders, and industry specialists to get real-time feedback and advice for future idea development. And one team from each challenge area will win first place within their challenge areas and win a prize fund, the value of which is yet to be confirmed. And then they'll have the opportunity to present to all of us, and there'll be a sort of People's Choice Award for the top team across the challenge areas as well. So as a recap, the important dates, one is June 17th, which is next week, which is the application deadline. Then successful applicants will be notified by early July, and the Innovation Challenge will begin July 22nd, and it will run until July 29th. So as I mentioned, only the 22nd and 29th are in person. If you do need a because it's UK wide, in terms of applicants. If you do need a travel bursary, you can apply for one. There's a section in the application form. And then the rest of the week is more flexible and up to the self-organization and delegation within your teams, and can take place virtually or in person within the teams. So overall, what you'll come away with after the Innovation Challenge is the groundwork for how to pick the right problem to solve, how to develop and pitch a feasible solution, and you'll have the expert evaluation of your idea in real time through both the mentorship, but also the final judging panel. And finally, what one of the most valuable things I think is the network of like-minded scientists, industry specialists, and investors that you will have to continue your journey into entrepreneurship with. I would like to acknowledge that this event is being made possible through generous support from the UK Spine and LifeArc. And with that, thank you for listening. We have the QR code is there again. If you have any questions, we're all the team is basically all here, so we can all just answer them. And yeah, thank you for listening.
So there's a question on the chat, which is whether they can get access to a PowerPoint at the end.
Oh, this PowerPoint.
Yeah.
We can. Yeah. Yes. They
So
can.
we can send it around to the participants. Well, for people in the room, we might not know your email address, so you can let us know at the end.
Is the recording available?
It is being recorded.
Yeah, so that probably could be circulated.
Posted and shared. Are there any other questions online?
No.
Any questions in the room?
So how much in-person time did the teams get to sort of work out their ideas or?
So the first Friday is you'll have basically the whole day in terms of networking, and there'll be more focus sessions on networking within the challenge areas as well. But then the weekend is open for like Slack, and there has to be some sort of team, like you have to find your team as well. But if you need help, we're always here as well to help team formation occur. But then you have the rest of the week it's flexible based on how you want to organize that within your own teams. So if you want to meet up in person, if you want to just do it virtually.
How big are the teams?
So the teams will be 3 to 6 people.
How many judges will there be?
So there are 4 judges per challenge area. So there's challenge area specific judges. So it's a panel of investors, founders, academics, and
So there's 2 more questions from the chat. The first one is it only for healthcare startup or other life sciences area as well?
So it's open to, you don't have to have an idea. You don't have to be already involved you don't have to have a company or a startup. It's open to anybody who's curious about any of these challenge areas that we just talked about and is curious about meeting other people and who's thinking that you mentioned.
And someone is asking, maybe you can flashback the challenge areas that are being covered because they missed it.
Yes.
Do we have to offer the problems, or you will offer some problems and we will have to choose the best or the one?
So it's quite broad in the sense that within the challenge area, you can explore, sort of pick a problem that you want to address. It is broad like that. But we are going to have a more structured session on even picking what problem that you want to solve, or the problems in that search space. Yeah, but it is quite broad. So if you can think of a problem that you want to work on within that challenge area, and you have a group of people that you want to work on that problem with, you can.
How are you going to distribute people in the teams, like based on their skills or?
So So we're gonna have, on the first day, there'll be sort of breakout sessions for each of the challenge areas. So around 20 participants in each of the challenge area. And you'll have like a room where you can all meet, and there'll be sort of structured networking, but also then you can go around and speak to people about ideas that they have as well. And yeah, so that's how it's gonna be laid out. That will happen on the first Friday, which is why the in-person thing is important on the first Friday.
Ask, is any of these categories could fit computational tools, software that would be used to help the research, not necessarily help?
Exactly. So actually, I mean, I could argue that any of these could have a solution that's more tech-based. But specifically, for example, I mean, data-driven health, there's obviously a tech-based element, but even
But
something
this is
like,
for health, right? Not for research.
yeah, so I think the laboratory innovation challenge area would fall into that. So that would be tools for, I mean, yeah, any tool that can make something more efficient, whether that's a search-based tool or
And the ideas needs to be developed from scratch as new within the teams. So people shouldn't be coming with already.
I mean, they
ideas.
shouldn't be coming with a startup as in like a developed, but of course, I mean, everybody has ideas. And I think this is why it's nice to be able to then have this focus time to work on them and make them into something. It's definitely not, in the week, you're not gonna go from, nothing to like a company, but it's like, I think it fits right between, because at the Crick, we also have we have the Pulse program, we have KQ Labs, and this fits nicely in a very sort of like inception idea stage where you can even meet people and discuss them.
How many people maximum in each team?
So we said 3 to 6. Yeah.
And if my idea and the team is really into pushing it further, who owns the IP at the end? Are we able to like make it a proper thing?
So that is, we were thinking about that question. I don't know if Emma, do you want to maybe talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be something that you could very much talk to us about as organizers if it's an idea that wants to be developed, and also as the team individually, you'd probably talk about it. But as the companies, as the participants come onto the program, we would ask you to sign probably some kind of, general
Confidentiality
or kind of principles of good behavior document essentially, and we'll have some guidance around IP when people are accepted onto the program, so we'll have more guidance there.
So how did you choose the mentors and how are you going to match them to the team?
So we have 2 types of mentors. One are mentors that are business focused, but they have experience in obviously life science startups. And then more technical mentors within the challenge that are challenge area specific. And we're working on, essentially each team will have certain amount of time, say an hour with the business mentor and an hour with the technical mentor that they can schedule with them. And so we have a platform that you can then reach out to and schedule the time depending on when they're available as well. But you'll have basically then that week, Monday to Thursday to do that.
Sorry, are the mentors same as the judges or
No.
completely different? The judges will only see the teams like at the final day.
Yeah.
So there's a question, can current students participate as well?
Current students, like undergrad students or master's,
It was
PhD?
big, so maybe you can say.
Yeah, so we've opened it for master's and PhD students. Yeah,
As well as research staff.
and research staff, because I feel like those are usually, like if you work in an SCP or if you are an LRS, you can definitely apply because you're still a scientist.
No undergraduate students.
Yeah, no, sorry. Does anybody else, you guys want to?
Maybe you can do the networking session.
Probably I can just have a survey, like, is there any one of you in the audience that have signed up, to or register for
Yeah, awesome.
have a chat later.
Feel free to, we have tags, stickers outside for now that you know what the actual, these symbols mean. We have those outside, so if you even want to put on 2 or 3, I mean 2 maybe, and then just discuss between people as well. And then definitely apply before next Friday.
Is there room to sort of network with applicants prior to the start date?
So we're gonna set up, once you've been accepted to the Innovation Challenge, we're gonna set up a Slack channel. So then you can reach out to people and already introduce yourself and within your challenge areas. So yeah. It's like how much you want to network, you can network. The possibilities are endless. So yeah, so that's it. And we have drinks outside. And if you have any other questions, you can reach out to us on our email. It's on the website, it's on.
So there's one last question that came in. For participants outside London, will they be provided with accommodation and food throughout the duration of the event?
So there's 2 in-person days, like I said, on the first Friday and the last Friday. If you need a travel bursary to come in for accommodation, you can write that in the application, and the rest would be virtual. And the in-person days, obviously, we will have food. Nobody's gonna starve. Yes. So yeah.